one thing that you must realize, especially if you're different, is that most people are the same. When you meet a new person, you're not really meeting a new person. You're just meeting a different face. Everyone is the same. They just have different faces. So you feel as if it's a different person, but really they think the same way. They feel the same way. They do the same things. In a world where everyone is the same, it's going to be very difficult for you to fit in if you're different. The problem is that human beings are social creatures. We don't do very well when we are by ourselves. Like naturally, we don't do very well when we are by ourselves. So to be able to do well when you are by yourself, you need to learn. It's something that you need to teach yourself. How do I cope if I don't have any friends? How do I cope if I don't communicate with my family? How do I cope if I'm not in a relationship? If I have no one that I can call right now, if I have a problem, how do I actually cope? There are a lot of people that I've communicated with who tell me that they feel like there is something wrong with them because they can't make friends, they can't find someone to date, they can't find a job, they don't know what to do actually. And I usually tell them that you don't have difficulty in finding connections because there's something wrong with you. It's because you are different. Like that's actually what's making it hard. Because everyone is the same. You see, there's a reason why when we were little kids, we saw the kid that was different getting bullied. You look at that kid, if you're smart, you're like, oh, but that kid is different in a good way. In fact, that kid is better than the kids that are bullying him. You look at that kid and you're like, damn, that kid is something special, but that kid is getting bullied simply because he's different. It's something that people face even when they become adults. Ola? Sure. It is something that people face even when they become adults. I keep on telling you that adults are just, I don't know, they're just big babies. Like there are no real grown-ups. We play the same games that we used to play, not even looking at it that way, like we're playing games. But we do play games even as adults. Like a lot of the things that we do, we don't do these things because we must do them. Like it's important that we must do these things. We actually do these things for fun without even realizing it. Like all these things, man. Even going to a funeral, you think people just go to funerals because they care because someone died. It has a lot to do with how we are as humans. When we were kids, we used to play the same games that we play as adults. Being in relationships, like, oh, I'm the father, you're the mother, or I'm the kid, you are the father, you are the mother. Now we're going to a funeral, now we're going to church, now we're driving. All these things, it all has to do with how we are. So if you don't fit in, if you never were able to fit in, people will treat you the same way that they treated you when you were younger. It's just that the game has evolved. So it doesn't really seem as if you are being bullied. You know, when you're being left out, when you're being talked about, people gossip about you, they try to destroy your character. It's still bullying in a way, but it's not direct bullying because there will be consequences. But it's still the same thing. You see, when you're different, you actually go for a lot. People will betray you in the worst way possible. People will gossip about you. People will try to destroy your character. Say things that are not true about you. People will tell other people that you're weird. People will tell other people that there's something wrong with you. Your own family will not take your side when it matters. Because you're different. Not because there's something wrong with you, but because you're different. You might actually be the one who is sane in your family and everyone else is crazy. But because you're outnumbered and you don't fit in, it seems like there is something wrong with you. A lot of things that humans do are not even normal. And I want to put it this way, actually. A lot of the things that we consider normal, they shouldn't actually be considered normal. We only consider them normal because it's something that has been done for a long time, that we consider these things normal. See, if you are different, you are able to see if there's something that is being done that is not normal, something that is questionable. A lot of y'all are able to see when there is something wrong, and other people don't even see when there's something wrong because they fit in perfectly. You don't. If people believe in weird things, you can say that, okay, but this is a bit too weird. They don't see that because they fit in perfectly. There's a reason why some of y'all do not believe in the religion that everyone in your family believe in. Doesn't that tell you something? So everyone in your family is a Muslim. You're the only one who's not a Muslim. Like the only one. Your parents are Muslims, your uncles are Muslims, your brothers are Muslims, your sisters are Muslims. You're the only one who's not a Muslim. Or even if you feel that you have to pretend to be a Muslim, but you're the only one who's like, okay, this is nonsense. Like, for me, you know what I'm saying? Like, it feels that way to you. You're like, no, this is not making sense. You're the only one who does not believe what everyone believes. You're the only one who does not act the way that everyone acts. You're the only one who doesn't think the way that everyone thinks. Doesn't that tell you something? The real problem isn't that there's something wrong with you. You're just different. And we do not live in the world that treats people as individuals. You are taken as a part of a collective. You're not looked at as an individual. Like, what are your needs? What is best for you? What do you want? What makes sense to you? What do you believe? What do you think? It's about what most people think. Like, to decide who becomes the leader of our country, it depends on the majority. It doesn't depend on perspective. Like, I cannot stand in front of people and say, look, listen, here's my honest perspective. This guy will actually be the best president that we will have ever had, and here are my reasons. No. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter how strong your perspective is, or how real your perspective is, or how valid your perspective is. What really matters is how many people side with you, right? So you could be the sanest person in the room and still be treated like trash because you are different. But it's not, your sanity is not helping you. Your intelligence is not helping you in that situation. The real issue here is that you're different. If you are in prison and you're with like real criminals, sex offenders, serial killers, a person who's not afraid to take a shank and stab someone for no good reason, right? You're with people who are actually insane, really, because to even feel like you must do something like that, it's always been weird that prisoners think they're tough when they do something like that. You're like, no, that's a weakness. Like, that shows that you have not evolved. Like, you were supposed to to have existed like maybe 2,000 years ago, not now, because there's nothing you really benefit from that happening. To be honest, it's just that the system protects you too much, because you will still be protected even if you do that. But it's that's insanity. That's not something that you should actually be proud of. It's pure insanity. Someone was born in this world without their consent, and they have a life. They have a family. They have people who want them to remain alive, and you just take a shank and stab them because maybe they didn't agree to be part of your crew. Maybe they didn't show you respect. Maybe they refused to do something that you wanted them to do. And we're like, yeah, that one is, I mean, like, no, that's insanity. But yeah, you're in prison. It doesn't matter how sane you are. It doesn't matter. Listen, you could just be like, you know what, man? I just want to do my time and leave. I don't want to fight with anyone. If someone tries to start a fight with you, like, I'm avoiding that. I'm not, bro. If you are the odd one out, if you are the sanest, you're going to have a problem. So you kind of like, to survive, you kind of like have to play by their rules, right? You have to show them that you're a boss. Some people believe that when you're in prison, you must find the toughest guy and beat him, and everyone else will respect you. But I mean, it works, but it also tells you something about fitting in, that you don't actually fit in because you are the sanest, you are the strongest, you are the realest, you are the smartest. You fit in because, well, you are like everyone else. So if everyone is dumb and you are smart, you're going to have a problem. If everyone is insane and you are sane, you're going to have a problem. If everyone is delusional and you're not delusional, you're going to have a problem. So you're going to struggle to fit in. But because humans have a tendency to blame themselves, when things happen, we tend to blame ourselves. Right? When things happen, we tend to blame ourselves. Especially like when things we don't want to see happen, we tend to blame ourselves. So you don't fit in, and you want to fit in. You want to connect with people. You want to have relationships with people. But you can't because you don't fit in. So you blame yourself. You're like, it means there's something wrong with me. I should learn to be like everyone else. And then you look at other people, you look at how they interact with one another, and you're like, okay, maybe that's how I should interact. Maybe that's how I should be. Maybe I should be normal like everyone else. Maybe that's what's going to work for me. Because you want to connect with other people. I've struggled to fit in from the beginning. I remember my first day in preschool. It felt as if I didn't belong. I didn't even want to go. So, yeah, I'm in this new school. I don't know anyone. I'm scared. Everyone is doing their own thing. Everyone knew, my family wasn't close with other families, so I didn't get to play with other kids. So one of the biggest advantages of having a big family is that you can find yourself in the same school with the people that you've always known, the kids that you've always known, so you just fit in, right? But I was alone. Like I didn't know any other kid. Lucky enough, there was this girl that was looking at me. So she came to me and she said, "We're gonna play together, right?" It was like she was an angel, bro. Like I actually would like to meet that girl because I still have the pictures. I just didn't know where she stayed. I still have the pictures. We had the best year of what I would say that was the best year of my life, honestly. Together because she approached me. I think that would have been one of the worst years the worst years of my life. But she approached me and said, "We'll play together," and we became best friends from that day and until the end. So when my dad, on my birthday, my dad decided that we're gonna sit together, like it's gonna be like we're celebrating our birthday, so they took pictures of us because we were always together. We were like a couple, like everyone knew that we were always together. So she's the one who actually helped me, but I couldn't fit in at all. But when she was there, I was okay. So things became difficult when I went to primary school because I'd noticed that other kids view things differently. Like they're on a different frequency than me. Like we were not on the same frequency. We don't have a connection. I don't understand why they do the things that they do. I don't understand why they make a lot of noise about nothing. I don't understand why they want to bully other kids. I don't understand why they don't think deeply about things. I was always a deep thinker. Teachers liked me very much because my perspective was different. It's like, oh, this kid is like, why does he think like this? What's going on? So I was different the whole time. But that meant that I would have to have problems when dealing with other kids because I'm different, and they will notice. People will always notice if you are different. People will notice if you don't fit in. So I've noticed that I don't fit in anywhere. I've never been in a place where I felt like I truly fit in. I'm like, yo. The places that I like to be in are places that are not crowded. There isn't too many people. I prefer living in a place where no one gets to really know me. No one gets too close. I prefer living in places where people don't want to be bothered. That's where I thrive. because I know that I can't really fit in. So if I'm in a place where there's too many people, let's say I live in a village and there's too many people, everyone knows everyone, and I can't fit in, I'm not going to thrive. People will be judgmental, of course. Why do you think this way? Why do you live this way? Why do you do things this way? Why do you listen to this kind of music? Because everyone listens to the same kind of music. Everyone likes the same kind of movies. Everyone believes in the same religion. So everyone is the same and you're different. And there's many people. So of course you're not going to thrive. I've noticed that I'm able to thrive because like when I'm in a place where I can be alone, people cannot know me that well. And the people that I chill with are a few, right? And yeah, even if they think I'm weird, but at least it's just one person or two people, so it's fine. But if you are in a place full of people, you live in a place, where there's always people, then everyone's gonna think you're weird, and it's gonna be much harder for you to fit in, and you constantly judge yourself. You might not even judge yourself, but then judge how others look at you and not feel comfortable. So being the odd one out, it's not an easy thing to deal with in a society like this, unless you get comfortable living a private life after realizing that you don't fit in. Because you're not going to have a nice time when you surround yourself with a lot of people if you don't fit in. They will judge you. They will make you question yourself. They will make you feel unwanted, unloved. So this was a snake. Now there's snakes. The snake just passed. That's what I hate about home, bro. Snakes. When I'm in Soweto, there are no snakes there, man. You never even think of a snake. You good. But at home, yeah. And I don't like snakes. I don't like seeing snakes, bro. But yeah, if you are different, people will judge you. People will talk about you. People will test you in many different ways. You know that people do test other people. If they don't figure you out, they will try to test you. See how you respond to things. See how you react. See if they can make you angry. See if they can make you insecure. See if they can break your character. I don't know why. I think it's just human nature, and it tells us a lot about this place that we're in. Trust me, if you are different, people, that's why I told you that the kid that gets bullied, it's not a kid that's like everyone else. No. If you are different, you are automatically a target. It doesn't matter if you are different in a good way, right? You automatically become a target. Even if you are different in a good way, what's going to happen is that, let's just say, you are so different, but you being different makes you admirable, right? So your life is better because of that. There will still be people who are against you for they're literally triggered whenever they see you. Just because you're different. The ones who are not different, they don't have people who are constantly trying to test their character. They see themselves in people see themselves in these people, so they're like, why should we test this person? So if you are different, you are automatically a target. And if you don't have self-confidence, they can easily break your character simply because you're different, simply because you do not fit in. They will try you. Even if you have not done anything wrong, they will try you, they will play mind games with you. And you will start to feel insecure. You will start to feel like there's something wrong with you until you get to understand yourself, until you realize how different you are and why that is a good thing. I mean, did you come into the world to be like everyone else? Is that beautiful? Or you came into the world to give it something that it has never had before, to give it you. And to experience what it's like to be you. As I get older, I start to understand why I had to go through the things that I've had to go through when I was younger. Being misunderstood. It sucks being misunderstood. And you know, when people don't understand you, you're like, ish. But they should understand this about me, but they don't. They don't get it. And you suffer because of that. Like I said, we're social creatures. We want validation from others. If we give up wanting validation, is because we realize that we can't get it, or other people are not on a level where they can give us the kind of validation that we need. But it's human nature to want validation. It's human nature to want connection. A lot of people who are loners, they think that that's what they've always wanted. But they don't realize that they've only started to want that because they were trying to avoid something, right? It's like maybe society is too toxic that they're like, you know what? Let me just be alone. Let me just be by myself, because I don't feel like I belong here. I don't feel like I can truly connect with other people. So I will just be alone. And they feel better when they are alone than when they are with other people. So they think that that's what they've always wanted. But the real truth is that we all want, we will prefer being in a world with people who are like us, and we work together because we are social creatures. Your survival is dependent on other people, period. Like, if we left you alone here, you wouldn't survive. That's why we learn different things, right? There are people who know things that would be very difficult for you to know. Like, we understand things that will be very difficult for you to understand and that are important for our survival. It's not like humans are much more complicated than animals. Animals would know how to survive on their own, most of them. They would just hunt and eat, you know. They wouldn't need to know a lot of things, but as a human, you need to know a lot of things to be able to survive. And you don't know how to teach yourself these things. Animals, some animals, they are born knowing what to do. Like, they don't need to be taught things. Like, they will just figure these things out on their own. But a human baby is vulnerable from birth. A human baby cannot even do anything, you know, like cannot walk. Like, it has to rely on other people to survive, and it takes time. It's not like it's gonna, like, after a few weeks it's now able to do things on its own. No, it has to rely. So we're social creatures. There's a reason why when the people that we're close to die, we experience grief. I think any other animals do experience that, but it's not the same. I don't think a crocodile experiences grief the way that we experience grief. You know what I mean? They don't depend on other crocodiles for survival. They can survive. They just need to catch fish, whatever they eat, and then they're good. But realize that you're not fitting in isn't a sign that there's something wrong with you. Most of y'all who don't fit in are great people, bro. You talk to a person who doesn't fit in and they have a lot of wisdom. You're like, dang, I want to listen to this person all day. Like, dang. I remember there was this teacher when I was in high school. We thought he was weird. Everyone just thought it was weird. But somehow me and him got to be close. And hey, he like the kind of wisdom that he gave me, bro, I was like, damn. It's unbelievable. Like, this is the sanest teacher at our school. Like, seriously, this is the smartest, this is the sanest. This guy makes sense. What is going on here? And everyone is saying it's weird, but he's the one who makes sense. He's the one who would actually be able to run this school. If he was given a chance to actually run the school, he would run it. Like, he's so smart. But everyone thinks it's weird. You know what I mean? So being weird or being considered weird doesn't automatically mean that there's something wrong with you. We lived in a controlled society where we are told how to be. If we are a bit different, there's gonna be consequences. It's like if you were part of a dance crew, you would need to dance the way that everyone dances, right? You need to dance the way that everyone dances. If you don't, then even if you dance better than everyone, it's still a problem. So you have to be like everyone in the crew because you are part of a crew. The problem with society is that everyone is believed to be part of it, and they must behave and follow the rules that every human is supposed to follow, as if they've agreed, as if they've signed a contract and said, I want to be part of this society and I want to think this way, I want to live this way, just be like everyone else and all that. But it's not true. Like, some people are just unique. So you shouldn't be ashamed if you don't fit in and feel like maybe you must change. You must try to think like everyone else. You study the way other people do things. You're like, yeah, I'm going to do things the way that other people do things because that's working for them. That's making others like them. Me being unique is what's hurting my character. So, no. I'd say don't try to fit in, because if you do try, you're probably going to be more miserable than if you didn't fit in and didn't even try to fit in. Try to understand yourself. Try to understand why you are so different, why you view things differently, why you feel differently. Try to understand yourself, actually. Like, that's what's really important, because the world is not even going to understand you, right? The world was not ready for someone like you, actually. That's why if you, like, some of y'all told me that you went to therapists and they made you feel alone. Like, the advice that they be giving you does not make sense to you. You're too different, right? They were trained, most of them were trained to help those who are like them. But you're too damn different. They don't understand your perspective. They don't understand where you're really coming from, right? So they just try to help you the same way that they will help everyone else, but you're too damn different. Your parents, they didn't understand you. They didn't treat you the way that you needed to be treated to be well, to be okay. Because they didn't understand you. They just thought you were just like any other kid. So they didn't understand why you feel the way that you feel, how you react the way that you react to things. They don't get it. Your teachers, they didn't understand how you needed to be taught. They wanted to teach you the same way that they teach us. You know what I mean? Like, you struggle a lot if you are different in this realm because everyone is the same. So the methods that are being used to do things are for everyone, but you are different, so you can't truly be accommodated. That is why you felt broken since you were young. It's because you're too damn different. To even be able to understand the things that I say in my videos, you have to be that different. Because I talk to a lot of people and they don't understand me. I'll be like, damn, but this is obvious. You're supposed to understand it, and they don't. You realize that the problem is understanding. The real problem is that they don't understand what I'm saying. Because you can tell yourself that, it all boils down to perspective. And no. Sometimes people just don't understand you and you understand them. You understand them, why? Because everyone is the same. You've been dealing with the same people all your life. So of course you're going to understand them. But they've not been dealing with you. And they've never even attempted to try to understand you. Because why would they? A human immediately, when a human sees something different, it immediately looks for red flags. Immediately. When a human sees something different, it immediately looks for red flags. It's how most of us are. So yeah, of course, if you're different, they're not gonna see the good in you or what makes you special. They will see the flaws, right? What makes you imperfect, and they will use that against you. I would say, if you wanted to trust someone in this world, trust those who. If you wanted to trust someone, I mean, we don't live in a realm where trusting other people is a smart thing to do. Like, a lot of people suck. But then the people who see things that are good about you and they tell you. Not the people who see bad things about you. No human being can be perfect. And if you're different, you get judged a lot more than everyone else. And the reason why you get judged a lot more than everyone else is because other people can see the flaws that they have in other people. You know what I'm saying? So, because everyone is the same, they have the same flaws, they have the same strength, they have the same weaknesses. You know what I'm saying? You're different. So, of course, they will try to scan you and see what's wrong with you, basically. And then they use that against you. And that makes you feel uncomfortable. So you must also understand human nature. People are not as smart as you think they are. Try to challenge people. You'd realize that, and you'll be completely disappointed. Like, people are not as smart as you think they are, bro. Like, they don't think deeply about anything. They just do things that they were programmed to do. Think things that they were programmed to think. That's it. And you live with these people. So can you imagine, if you're different, of course, they're not going to treat you that well because they're not that smart. They're not smart enough to actually understand you, to understand something new. They are only as smart as they should be to be controlled by the system, right? Not to be able to think for themselves. No. To be told what to do, what to think, how to feel, and all that. Like, they're smart enough to be programmed, basically, right? They're smart enough to be taught. You different. You know, I've always had a feeling since I was young that people who are different, that they people who are actually smart. But I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you. Even the people that we might think are different in a bad way. I might even give you this example. Um, um, I never. Okay. Okay. Let's say you decide to have a tattoo, and you live in a place where everyone thinks that having a tattoo is a bad thing. I mean, it's not a bad thing, but that's what they think because they've been told that it's a bad thing, and they don't think for themselves. If you have a tattoo, are you having the tattoo because you're dumb or because you're actually smart? You're realizing that, well, there's nothing wrong with having a tattoo, and I'm not going to limit myself as a human. If I want to have a tattoo, I'm going to have a tattoo. Why should I not have what I want to have? Just because they're saying that I must, you know what I'm saying? That's a sign of intelligence. It's like, okay, society is saying that I must not have a tattoo. Fine, but I want a tattoo. That's what I want. Should I not do what I want because everyone's saying that I mustn't do it? Even if they don't have a good reason to say that I mustn't do it. You see, it's so to be different, that's a sign of intelligence. To be able to say, hey, I don't want to believe in your religion, to me, it doesn't make any sense. That's a sign of intelligence. Because if you're dumb, you just believe what everyone else believes. You'll be doing things that everyone else is doing, but the one who's intelligent is the one that questions. It's the one that'll be like, okay, you believe in God. Fine, how did you get to believe in this God? How do you know that this God is alive? How has this God helped you? Isn't it possible that the God that you believe in might not exist? Like that's a sign of intelligence. Everyone likes the same music, the same kind of music. But you listen to music that no one listens to. That's a sign of intelligence. That's actually a sign of intelligence. Being able to like things that other people that you live with do not like, or that they don't even know. That's a sign of intelligence. That's a sign that you can think for yourself. That's a sign that you are you know what I'm saying? Like you are unique. You are not easily influenced. You don't like things because everyone like things, like these things. You don't agree with people because everyone everyone hold popular opinions. No. You think for yourself and figure out what really makes sense to like, and then you like what makes sense to you. There's a reason why, and this makes me laugh actually. If you grew up, okay, let me put it this way. If you've studied different cultures and the kind of music that they like, some of the music that the other cultures like are just, you know what I mean? Like you listen to it and be like, but this kind, I don't know, like this is not good music. But they listen to it and they love it. Why? The reason is simple. They're trying to conform, they're trying to fit in, they're told even what to like. You see, in this type of society, we're even told what to like. What kind of women we must like, what kind of men we must like, what kind of jobs we must like, what kind of TV shows we must, we are told what to like. We're told what is good, what is evil, and we don't even question if these things that we're being told are good are actually good, if the things that we're being told are bad are actually bad. Perfect example is people thinking, like when they read their Bibles, the Quran, they think that the person who's actually good in the Bible is God, even though God is clearly the bad guy. You know what I'm saying? Like that is beyond clear. It's something like when you read it with an open mind, you're like, damn. But they were told that God is the good guy, the devil is the bad guy. And you ask yourself, well, yeah, That's what the Bible says, but what has he done that really makes him the bad guy between him and God? No, he's not perfect. He's made mistakes, or even if it was not mistakes, but he's not perfect. Yeah, but God seems to be more horrible than him. But everyone believes that God is good. Why? Because that's what we were told. If they did an experiment, they decided to, my brother, sure. So if they did an experiment, right, they were like, you know what, now we want to rewrite the Bible. So the Bible that will be made popular is a Gnostic Bible. It's a Bible that makes God the villain and that makes devil the hero, the good guy. Everyone in the future will believe the devil is the good guy. Do you understand how? Do you understand how easily influenced other people are? Then they can't think for themselves. They can be made to believe anything. They can be made to believe anything, any nonsense, anything, bro. You are different. You believe you believe what makes sense to you. It's about what makes sense, not what everyone else believes, and that makes you different. So how do you expect a society where everyone else is the same to treat you? You're not going to fit in. You're not going to feel like you fit in. You want to be alone most of the time. Even if people want to be around you, people can want to be around you for whatever reason, right? Maybe you have money, so people want to be around you. Maybe you're charismatic in some ways, people want to be around you, but you can tell that you don't fit in. I remember XXXTentacion said something interesting in one of his videos. It's like, I feel more alone when I'm surrounded by people than when I'm actually alone. It's like, yeah, people want to be around X. Why? Because he's charismatic, he's talented, he's a talented singer, he's a talented rapper. You know what I'm saying? He's talented, he's unique, but that makes people admire him, that makes people drawn to him. But he still feels alone. Like, it's crazy that I have all these fans and people like X, bro. Like, if there are celebrities that were actually loved by their fans, X is one of them. Because some celebrities, they're not really liked by their fans. Like, there isn't much that their fans can say about them that will show you that their fans actually love them. But someone like X, bro, like, he was loved by his fans. Like, his fans truly loved the kid. Like, they loved the kid. But he still felt alone. Because he was different. Those who do not feel alone are those who are not different. Because you see everyone, like, you see yourself in everyone. Everyone that you meet, you see yourself. So they understand you, you understand them. You don't need to communicate anything. You just, you know what I'm saying? Like, you guys just get each other like that. But if you're different, you'll be confused by a lot of things that people do. And that will mess with your mental health. That's why it's easy to judge yourself if you don't fit in. That will definitely mess with your mental health. There's a lot of people who watch my videos who have suffered a lot in this world. It's really because they're different. It's not like people go through the same challenges in life, but really being different is very, like, in a world like this, it's a very difficult thing. It's a very, very difficult thing. But you should try to find your own power, bro. If you are different, there's definitely something that you're learning that's going to work in your favor. You shouldn't just be like, okay, I'm different, so that means it's over for me. Doesn't mean that. It means that you have something different to offer. Maybe you can write a book. You think people who are writing books are people who are like everyone else? You think artists are people who are like everyone else? It's usually people who are different, bro. It's always the people that were considered weird from the beginning that actually change things in the world, right? Like, actually become game changers. Hola. It's usually people who were considered to be different who become game changers. So the answer is not try to fit in. The answer is in you trying to figure out what you really are. Since everyone is the same and they've figured out what they are, I guess. But you have to figure that out yourself. You have to try to understand yourself. So it's not really about being understood, but it's about you understanding yourself. Thank you guys for watching until the end. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Thank you.